Well, hello to everyone and welcome to another Tech Tuesday. We're so glad that you're joining us today. Today, we're very excited. We're talking about exploring Seesaw. But before we get started, I'm just going to go through a couple of our commercials. So I'm going to try to make this really fast so I can hand this off to Marissa. First of all, we are your technology integration team. If you've never met us before, my name is Josh Voiles. I'm one of the instructional technology coordinators. I am joined also today by our Director of Technology Integration, Ms. Isabel Espinoza. We also have Ms. Sherry Harris. She's another instructional technology coordinator. And then we are also I'm about to hand this off to Marissa Lopez. She's the instructional technology coordinator for elementary. And
It's Sherry Marks, by the
oh, I'm
way.
so sorry. I'm still reading Sherry Harris for some reason. But thank you for correcting me. Yes, Sherry was just recently married, and so we're excited about that. Her brand new last name is Marks, so Sherry Marks is with us today. And then we also have a new person on our team. Her name is Alex Bayhill, and she's our technology integration tech. And so we just want to introduce ourselves to you and. We also want to make you aware that you can visit our website at midlandisd.net/itech. Our Twitter handle is at Midland ISD Tech, so look for us on Twitter if you're on that platform. We also have a YouTube channel. You can find us by searching Midland ISD Instructional Tech. And then last but not least, if you have any technology questions, you can email techhelp@midlandisd.net. And another thing is, obviously, you already know this, otherwise you wouldn't be here. But we like to kind of let everybody know of some of the upcoming Tech Tuesdays that we have. If you visit our calendar at midlandisd.net/Tech Tuesdays, you can see all of the upcoming events. And upcoming, we've got some really great stuff coming up. Cami, Magic School AI, Google Classroom practice sets. So you can go on there to check out some upcoming Tech Tuesdays going into next year already. So we want you to definitely check that out. Another thing you may be unaware of is that you can visit midlandisd.net/tech newsletter. And there we have an archive, all of the past issues that we have sent out. And there's a big red button on that webpage where you can subscribe to receive monthly newsletters from me. I put those together. Just a cool newsletter I put together with Canva, and I send that out every month. So get the latest tips and tricks with technology, specifically for Midland ISD teachers and staff. The last one we sent out was really cool. We had some really cool stuff about artificial intelligence. So definitely want to give that a look. Okay, without that being said, I will go ahead and post some helpful links into the chat. And we're going to go ahead and turn this over to Marissa Lopez, who is our instructional technology coordinator over elementary, and she's going to help us to explore Seesaw. So take it away, Marissa.
All right, thank you so much, Josh. All right, let's go ahead and get started and explore Seesaw together. Basically, Seesaw is an interactive learning platform that allows students to create and share digital portfolios and engage with the teacher-assigned activities. You can also connect with families for enhanced collaboration and communication. Our objective today is to cover the Seesaw library, the formative assessment pieces in Seesaw, and just how to make learning interactive. Within the Seesaw library, you're going to have access to browse by their standards and curriculum. So that's what we're going to take a look at first. You also have the community library, which is a great place where other teachers have posted resources. Your school may not have anything in the school library, and then your library will hold all of the activities that you like and you heart will be saved to your library. But today we're going to talk about the Seesaw library. So you have two options. First, you can choose by standard or you can choose by curriculum. We're going to take a look at both. If you choose standard, you'll just select the state Texas, the subject you teach, and the grade level. And then you'll be able to select the correlating standards and search from many different Seesaw lessons that are already made for you. If you choose curriculum, this is one that's been very popular with teachers. They want to find amplified lessons in Seesaw. So if you go to Seesaw Library, then you click on curriculum, And here there's a drop down that has a ton of different resources, not only Amplify. So when you get a chance, go ahead and do those 3 clicks. You'll go to Seesaw Library, Curriculum, and then you'll click the drop down. And this is just one example, Amplify, and then choose your grade level. And then this will have several different options from different standards or within that curriculum, and then you can choose the activities you want to assign to your students. Okay, so that's kind of what it looks like. So here it's just describing words and phrases, and then they give you several resources to choose from. This one's just a little snapshot, and we are sharing this resource in the chat. So if you want to take a look at it later to go through the steps on how to find all of these resources, we've shared this with you also. But if you need to go back to it, it's just 3 simple ways to get to it. You click on Library, browse by standards and curriculum. If you want to find the Amplify, then you'll choose that. And then anything that you like from there, you'll click on the heart to save a lesson so that you can explore it later or edit it later or already send it out to your students. All right, so that was the Seesaw library. There's, remember, 2 different things to search in there. Now we're going to talk about the formative assessment piece of Seesaw. There are some pieces that are graded for you. So as soon as you create the lesson, it'll give you a grade. But sometimes there's multiple ways you want to assess students, not just by getting a grade. So we're going to go over some ways that you can do formative assessment within Seesaw. This one I really like. It's called a practice mode. And there's different ways that students can practice. You can practice through ABC choice, or you can practice using the drag and drop. And this example, you're noticing that this teacher put 3 different ways for students to check their work. So they're listening to the word, and then they're dropping the items into the syllables. And this way, you actually do get an assessment piece out of this. You actually see how many times it took the students to get it right. So it'll tell you at the end how many times it took the student to get it right. So here they're able to check their work, listen to different sounds, and then move the items, and then you are getting this feedback at the end. This one doesn't really give them a score, but it does give them that viewing their work and seeing if they're right or wrong. Okay, here we have an assessment mode, which does not tell them if they are right or wrong. In this case, they select an answer, and then they don't know if they're right or wrong. They just go to the next question or the next slide. You can add additional activities within this part, but this is just going to be the true formative assessment where you're going to see how many questions they got correct. There's another piece that you can choose. It's called the poll. So you can add questions on here, and this one doesn't give them a right or wrong either, but at least it gives you insights into how many students are selecting something in the version of a poll question. Okay, this one's also amazing, the short answer and open-ended assessment. So we've already covered several options and several ways to assess students, but this one they're actually able to type a response, record their response. You can ask them to fill in the blank. So little short, simple fill in the blanks or open-ended questions that you can assign for your students within Seesaw. This one's new. It's the reading fluency assessment. So you can have text on here and then have the students read it, and it will rate their fluency. So it uses AI to listen to the students. That way you get that information for each of your students. So this is kind of what it looks like. This is the insights you get from all of these question types. And this is what it looks like for the reading fluency. So it kind of tells you what percentage they got correct, just some information for you to see what they're deleting, and then you can go back and listen to them read. Okay. And when you're in creating this, there are many assessments already made. You can choose from other ones already made, but if you're going to make a multiple choice question from scratch, this is kind of what it looks like. So it gives you the option to choose what type of question you want to give them, the feedback, whether you want it to assess them or just to be the practice mode. And then this one's a cool little guy right here, the find question. So that's our new Seesaw's new AI feature. if you just type in what type of questions you want to look for, this little robot AI will create the questions for you. So you can say, I need questions for first graders, adding single digit numbers in word form, word problems, whatever you want to do, you can ask it to create questions for you, and then you can choose the ones you like. And these will be auto scored for you. And we were going to give you time to explore, but here's just the way on how to do this. So you would go to your Seesaw account. You start by pressing the green button, and then you're going to click on Create Activity or Assessment. And then if you tap Assessment, that'll give you that option that we looked at, the different question types, or if you want to use the AI to make the questions for you. So these are the steps when you get into Seesaw, how you can do that. And if you need more help at the end, we're here to help you create any of these or find any of these lessons. So just let us know. Okay, we're going to also go over some new instructional tools that Seesaw has. Okay, these are the probably my favorite thing that Seesaw has added. They're flex cards. So it's basically like instead of flashcards that you give them on paper, the flex cards serve as either images that you can do sentences, you can do numbers. I've seen teachers on Seesaw where they're doing addition problems, and the flex card is just a series of numbers. So they use that flex card and the students scroll through it until they find the correct answer. But flex cards is new, and we're going to have some information on how you can make flex cards, and then there's already some made also. So if you do want to make your own when you're creating, you're going to click on this little check mark on the left, and now you have the option to make flex cards. And here you have the type of flex cards you want. You can do the uploading images, or you can just type in what you want it to say. And then you can expand that flex card to be big or small. So it doesn't have to be the size that it was on the previous screen. Okay. If you need to add more numbers to your flex cards and you're like, oh, I forgot to put in a few more extra numbers to randomize it, you can go and edit your flex cards after you've made them. Just press on these little three dots. They're kind of hard to see, but they're at the very bottom. And then you would just edit your flex card. And here's some more things you can change, or you can lock things so students are moving things around. But anytime you see those three dots, you'll have a series of options that come up that let you edit what you've done. Okay, on the read with me, I wanted to cover a little bit more. Now, if you add any text to your Seesaw activity, you'll be able to convert it into a read with me. So for example, this little check mark is the best tool for teachers. So we go to the check mark. Okay, we're going to click read with me, and then it converts this text into a read with me. You can also do it this way. You can upload text, record your voice, and add that as well. But if you've added any text to your page, if you click on the three dots that come up at the bottom, you can convert that to a read with me as well. And then obviously you can change the style of the text, lock it so the students aren't able to move it. You might want to duplicate it and change a few words to make it more difficult or easier. So that is now an option with the read with me in Seesaw. This one's pretty new. Okay, and the cool thing is that they have reading fluency passages already made for you in Seesaw. This little link is clickable, so if you want to go back and find all of the reading passages from K and up, so maybe you have some students reading at a higher level, then you can click on that Explore Reading Fluency Passages, and it'll take you to the place in Seesaw where you can view all of the different levels and different passages that you can assign. And you don't have to assign it to the whole class. You can assign a certain grade level to certain students, and then a more difficult passage for the students who are ready for that. And so they've also added, we kind of covered this part already, but the new formative assessment type is the short answer and open-ended. And these assessment types support pre-response assessments to allow students to type answers to questions. So this one is new. We kind of covered it briefly, but it is one of the newer features in Seesaw. Same thing, you go to the check mark. This time you click on questions. and then you choose if you want it to be a short answer or an open-ended. Okay, and then once you select if it's short answer, you write your question and then you add a response here. Same for open-ended. Okay, if you decide you don't like those questions, you can always edit what you've added and click on the edit question. Okay. Here's what a reading fluency passage looks like. You go to this green check mark and you choose questions, and instead of the multiple choice, you choose reading fluency. And I'm not sure, I don't remember what the time limit is. I know it goes up to more than 2 minutes, but here's an option. If you just want them reading for 2 minutes and just to assess the 2 minutes, so you may not want them reading the entire thing, just whatever they can read within 2 minutes. Okay, and then once again, you can still edit that question. So anything, any type of formative assessment tool that you've created, you can always go back and edit. If you find someone that someone else has made, you can copy those and paste them to your own slides. Okay. Here's another example of the AI listening to the student read and then giving you some feedback. Okay, and then the last but not least, we're going to cover focus mode. So sometimes if you notice a student is reading, let's just say on this page, so all you want them to do is read. But over here on the left, they have a text box. They have this microphone, which really isn't a microphone, it's a screen record. They have the ability to take pictures of themselves. This part is just for the teacher only. But the students will have these additional features and then they'll have these sometimes. So focus mode is kind of really cool because you're taking away all of their tools. You just want them to read, possibly record something. So this is kind of what focus mode does. You're going to click on these three dots on any of your slides. You're going to click on focus mode. And what that does is it allows you to take off any of the tools that you feel that the students do not need while they're working on that activity. So I definitely, if I'm just having them read, I would remove all of the tools or hide all of the tools, and I would click save. That way they're not putting additional text boxes or taking pictures of anything. So that's one of the newest things that they've added is this focus mode. Okay, and how you do that, once again, when you're in Seesaw, if you're making your own, you go to the green add, you're going to select create activity or assessment, and you choose the create canvas, and that's where it's going to give you that little green that little check mark so that you can add any type of assessment you want. And I was going to add in some more things. That was very fast. Give you time to explore. But I see that if we're on the road or we're busy, it's going to be hard to get to our computers and click around. So if you do find yourself going through the formative assessment tools or anything that we've covered today, the slideshow is in the chat. So I would grab that link and then go through it again. And if you have any questions, you can email iTechHelp and say, I went to a Seesaw training and they showed us how to create formative assessments, the read with me. I need more help with that. Then let us know and we'll email you, we'll follow up, and then we can help you with any questions you may have. And that's all we have for today, guys. Do you have any questions?
I think I'm good.
Okay, did you enjoy any of those features or have you already played with those?
No, I haven't used it yet. So, I like the read with me part of it because a lot of my kids need that extra reading support.
Well, if you try it, let us know. We'd like to come and help you or guide the students with it the first time they get on or anything like that. Could be kind of difficult sometimes. So if you need us to come out and do that with you, we'd be happy to come out. So just email us at iTechHelp and we can go out and see you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. Bye.
Bye.